Thank you for stopping by Setta's place. I come to show you some blankets and throws that I've made. Um, I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll put across the screen. Most of them I've made in the past. I can't remember the tutorial, but I'm gonna try to go and look it up and put it across the screen. Um, so first, my first one I have is a baby blanket I made. And it's very colorful. Isn't that pretty beautiful? Colors. And it's a rectangle. Oh, I can't remember, but I'll put it across the screen. And this is the colors. And I did the border with the little shell stitch on the border. And then, like, when you pull it apart, you can see how it's made. Okay, and I do have the band for that. This is Caron Cakes, and the color is Rainbow Sprinkles. That's what this is. I actually have some of the yarn that's left over from it, because I had two different ones, and I did a little bit of taking some apart to have certain colors on certain rows, and so that's why it's all together like this. So busted up. That's this. Oh, and then this, I also had started with that same Caron Cakes, and it's a different stitch, of course. I think this is that one. Yes, same one, same yarn, but this is a different stitch. Get this front here. I think this is the V stitch, the little V stitches. And I had started it to be a throw, but it's not big enough to be a throw, not really. Maybe if I blocked it. But anyway, I'm gonna end up frogging it because I want it to be bigger. Or I might make it into a shawl. I don't know. I'll let you know. But isn't it amazing how this is the same yarn but two different patterns? It looks totally different because of the different pattern that you're using. Makes it look like totally different yarn. Isn't that cool? But I'm going to frog this and make it into something that I'm going to use. Okay. All right, so that's number one. Let me see. Oh, now this one, let me move this out of the way. This blanket, well, it's a throw. It was supposed to be a blanket, but it didn't turn into a queen size blanket. It turned into a nice size throw. I made it for my bed when I had my bedroom decorated in orange and grays, because I did purples and grays for so long. I said, well, I wanted something different. So I switched to orange and gray for this during the season. And so I had made this to go in my bedroom for my bed. So it's the gray. And these are all Red Heart Super Saver. But I think this is, yeah. This is charcoal, just plain white, and I can't remember the name of the orange. But it is Red Heart Super Saver. And you make these motifs, and it's like snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? I love that pattern. I think this was a pattern by the Crochet Crowd with Mikey. He did his in blues and white. And I thought that was so pretty. So I made like 20 of these, and then you sew them to join them together. See how you join them. He shows you how to join them together as you go. And so it came out to be a pretty nice size, but I just couldn't go further for a queen size. So it's a nice size throw, throw on the end of the bed. And for when it starts getting chilly, and if it's snow where you live, little snowflakes on your bed during the winter time. Okay, I haven't blocked it yet. Yeah, but anyway, All right, so that's number 2. Okay. Then I have another a lap blanket I made for my mom a couple years ago, and I asked her if I could, get it from her so I can show you all what I made. And let me see, let me get the front. There. It's the, I believe it's a shell stitch, but I think it's called something special. I'll put it across the bottom of the screen, and we're in the tutorial. Hopefully I can find it. But see how that is, or is it a fan stitch? Anyway, I'll put it across the bottom if I can find the tutorial. And this should also be Super Saver, Red Heart Super Saver. And sage, I think. Sage and off-white or antique or something like that. And let me see. How did this one? See, it started. I think does it start in the center? I can't remember. I think it started in the center and worked its way out. It looks kind of like the virus shawl, a little bit pattern in there. But anyway, this was a throw that she put over her legs like she's sitting watching TV, and it gets a little chilly. And I made it for her, and I believe she likes it. So that's that one. It's number 3. I think it's number 3. Yeah, number 3. Okay. Number 4 is actually right here. I got it laying across here. This is, of course, my popcorn stitch blanket. Well, it's a throw, not a full blanket. It's a throw. It has popcorn stitches on it. So it's very textured, as you can see. And I put just a regular border on it. And I've had this for several years too. It's just isn't that cute? Not that I'm saying my stuff is cute, I'm just saying the pattern is cute. Okay, and I made it a throw. It's pretty good size throw. It's, yeah, so all right, I put it on my table here where I'm sitting, and I just use that to cover up my table. Okay, so let me see what else I have. Oh, this is the biggie. It's my temperature blanket I've been working on. Let me go find it here. Hold on. Okay. Now, this is the temperature blanket. There are several different patterns out there for different ways to do the temperature blankets. And I went to several different sites. I went to Jada in Stitches and The Secret Yarnery with Krista. And, is it Marley Bird? So a combination of all their ideas of how they did theirs and what they did. And I threw my own ideas in just to see, make it different. And I did just use plain, this regular, trying to get the right side, double crochet for my stitch. So I wanted something that I didn't have to think about. Because this is my, do you all have a project that when you just don't want to think, you just want to work on, you just want to crochet, you just want to sit, lay in the bed or watch TV, and you just want to crochet. You don't want to think about a pattern, you don't want to count, you just want to crochet and just so this is for me when I don't want to do any heavy thinking. I just work on this. And for those of you all who don't know what a temperature blanket is, I'll explain it. What you do is you get a piece of paper or a little card, and you determine the temperature range that you want to use. Of course, this is a year-long project, because you could either go a daily, do a row every day, or you can go weekly or even monthly if you wanted to. I did weekly. And so you pick the range that you want. Let's say 70. I put 71 to 80. That's Fahrenheit. And I assigned a color to that temperature. So whenever it's that temperature, that's the color I make for that row. And you do that for the whole range of temperatures. Here's mine, and I attach the color to it for my ranges, and you pick ahead of time what colors you want to use. This is also a good stash buster or scrap buster to use up all those colors. That's what I did. I had my scrap yarn, and I had a few other colors that I wouldn't use with anything else, but I would just make it in here. And so you decide ahead of time what color goes to which temperature. Now you can do just whatever the average temperature for that day is, and that'd be the one row. But I did the high and the low for each week, the average. So for me, I'll have 2 rows a week for the year. So 52 weeks in a year times 2, that's 104 rows. But I'll also have a few extra rows, and I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. I'm trying to think what else do I need to tell you. Also, try to be consistent with your colors. Whatever you pick, try to stay with that color. I got that advice from Krista when she was doing hers. Because you will have a tendency, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. You will have a tendency to say, well, I don't like that color beside that color together. I don't like that. But you want to stay true to your original, what you picked. So just do it. It'll be fine. And it'll look good when you get it all done. Because I did have that. I'm like, oh man, I don't like those 2 colors together. But I was like, no. But there is one stipulation. If you run out of a color, which I did, you can substitute, of course, another color that's similar. And I did that with, where it is? I have 2 colors in the same. Oh, I can't find it now. But anyway, I ran out of, here it is. I ran out of one color, so I had to get another one that was similar and then to take its place. But, so that's the only time you get to switch up colors. That's the fun, is seeing how it comes out. Let me see. That's it. That's all right. So I'll start showing it to you. This is my blankets. It's the right side. Let me just flip it around. Here it is so far. And of course you start in January. I started January 2018. And this is what it comes out so far. Oh, and also something else I did. I got the idea from one of those ladies, but I didn't do that until later in the year. Is one of them said that they divide the months, so you can see like January, then they have a different color to divide up January and February and so on. But I did not do that until March. So January and February are all together, no divider line. But I use this color right here, this variegated color, as my divider. So this divides February from March. So you can see January, February, and this is the divider, and then it's March. There's all these prettier colors. To April, it divides another, you divide it up again for each month. So I did do that. Yeah. So there's January, February, March, April, May, and divides up again. June. Here's May and June. That's all the colors coming up here. And I'm a little behind. I think I write it down so you won't forget. Like you go to you go to your to Google, and I put in, it's the weather underground is what it's called here, and I put in where I live, and it gives me the temperature average. So I write those numbers down so I won't forget, because sometimes you don't have time to work on it. And I am June 17th is the week I'm on. I need to work on now. That's what I'm working on now. The last row I'm on. And let's see. There was something else I was going to tell you. Oh, what I also decided to do, which I thought it makes it fun to do. So it's not a strict thing, but what I decided to do was special days or weeks of the year. I want to make a special stitch, like my son's birthday and my birthday, and like, so his birthday is actually the last week. This June 17th is his birthday. So I'm making it I'm using the color, but I'm using the color of the actual day of his birthday, what the temperature was for that actual day, high and low. And I'm using a special stitch that breaks it up, so I know that's his birthday week. But it's not the average for the week, it's his actual day. So on his actual birthday, it was 92 degrees. It's hot. And the low was 69. So this red is 91 to 100. And then 69 is like a purple color, periwinkle, but I haven't got it on there yet. So I'm gonna do 2 rows with this special stitch, and so when I look at it, I can say, oh, here's Kevin's birthday. Then I'm also gonna do the same thing with my birthday. I haven't picked a stitch yet. I might do a shell stitch or something, I'm not sure. And I'll do the same thing for mine. And then I'll probably continue on, like my mom's birthday's in July. My niece and nephew, they're twins. They have a birthday in October. They'll be 18, my babies. Anyway. So I'll probably do their special stitch for their month, and just continue on. You do things like that to make it fun and different. So and of course it'll be a little bigger than I originally, because I'm putting in some extra rows with the dividers. But as you can see, it's been pretty hot, because the red is 91 to 100. See all them reds. And then this is like an orangey red color. I think that's, let me see, I think that's still in the 80s. Yeah, 81 to 90. It's an orangey red right here. So we've had quite a hot summer. And the yellow is 71 to 80. So we've been pretty good here, staying warm. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you. And also write down the hook size that you use, because if you're like me, you'll forget, or the little stitch markers with the numbers on them, or the letter, depends on what you use. And let's see. Also, there's different, I can't remember which one he said it. You can do, it was Krista from the Secret Yarnery. You can also do, like for your kids or someone special that you love, whatever year they were born, you could go back, on the Google and see the temperatures for the whole year that they were born, and you can make a temperature for their birth year. How about that? That's cool idea. So if someone is pregnant now, you can do the year and then give it to them when it's over, the year's up. Or if your children are already, grown, or, whatever, you could go back to their year, do the whole chart up, and work on it. And it doesn't have to take you a whole year to do it, because you already have the temperature, so you could just make it and give it to them as a birthday present or a Christmas present. I think that would be awesome. My niece is having a baby, so I might have to do something like that for her, and pick out some colors and go ahead and figure it all up and give her one for her babies. And when the baby is born, it'll have a nice, of the year it was born. It's a boy. Yay. The year he was born, he'll be able to look back on it and see what it was like, And, I was going to tell you, there's a special week on here, okay, January and February. This is January and February. Now, you see in February, there's this, like, reddish. Where I live, we had a record-breaking day temperature for February. Because you can see it was cool, the cooler tones here. And then, bam, there's a red. So for that day, I didn't do that week. I did the actual day because it was a record-breaking temperature. So it was the two colors, the reddish color and the green for for February. That was hot for winter. So that's also like if you're showing your blanket to someone, you can do it's like a conversation piece. You can tell them and tell them all about it, and then you can say, in February you had a record-breaking temperature, and then go on and tell them, and then when you get down here, like for mine, I say this is my son's birthday, and then my birthday, then to twins, so it's a conversation piece also, because I'm going to put mine on the back of my couch when I'm finished, and it's just, I think it was cool. I thought it was a great idea to do, and so if you are interested in doing one, I want to see what yours comes out to be and send pictures. I'm on Instagram also, if you wanted to follow me on Instagram, and then I can see pictures, and I'm also on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Pages. I don't know how that works though, but I'll figure all that out. So I'd like to see some of the things that you all are making, and so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed sharing my blankets with you, even though it's 80 degrees outside at 9 o'clock in the morning this morning, but I got the air conditioner going, so it's not too bad right now. Alrighty, well, you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.